Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be a dungeon guide for the Void Keep, so let's get into it. Alrighty, the Void Keep is a dungeon here, up here in kind of the top left middle-ish, and it's going to be where the Void Ascension Potions drop. It is only open on Sundays, depending on where you live in the world. It's going to be open, you know, for me, it's like Saturday night that it opens in America. But yeah, so it's Sundays, Saturday, Sunday, every week. So it's only open once a week, which makes it different than the other dungeons that open twice a week, and the Arcane Keep is always open. So the Void Keep is important to keep an eye on, since you don't want to be in a situation where you're going to have to wait 5 days to ascend a Void champion that you want. So you might want to keep a few of these on hand, just so that you're never caught in that type of situation, because it is a little bit different from the other dungeons in the fact that you're going to have to wait a long time, potentially, to be able to access it and unlock some of the potions. So, you know, the Void Keep is probably like the second easiest dungeon to get to the last level. In terms of getting to the last level, the toughest ones are probably like the Spider Den and the Fire Knight, and the easiest ones are probably like the Arcane Keep and the Void Keep. And it can depend on your champion heroes. You know, like if you can block healing, the Spirit can be pretty trivial, and if you can steal shields or ignore shields, the Magic can be pretty trivial. So it does kind of depend, but in terms of just a brute force team completing it, the Arcane Keep and the Void Keep are probably the two easiest in terms of just brute forcing them without having to need like special capabilities. So yeah, I'll just kind of jump into farming it a couple times, and I'll kind of explain what's going on here while we're fighting. So initially, you know, we're just gonna, and it's always going to be Void affinity also, so it's similar to the Arcane Keep in that respect, that the affinity of the boss is always going to be Void. So you're never going to be strong or weak affinity wise, no matter what champions you're using to go against this dungeon. You're going to want to be able to have enough AoE to get through those first couple waves, the first two stages, within about 30 to 40 seconds. If you're not getting to the boss until like a minute in, you probably don't have enough AoE or enough damage, and you might want to drop it down a couple levels. So the boss fight itself, Bane deals damage from all poison debuffs on all enemies instantly. And then the Grim Reaper here, attack all enemies, place 2 5% poison debuffs for 3 turns, and this debuff cannot be resisted. So there's no point to have resistance against this boss. Now, it's also, you know, defense isn't going to be very good in this dungeon because he's going to be dealing a lot of that poison damage. So you're going to want either the ability to clear debuffs or just a ton of damage, like Glass Cannon, burst him down quickly, or just raw HP to tank through it. And wow, I actually got 3 superior Void potions from that one. So, you know, the potions go like the regular, and then the superior, and then the greater than superior. Yeah, sorry, I'm just all over the place here. I can never remember what, yeah, it's lesser, and then greater, and then superior. Okay, so when you get to like stage 15, me getting 3 superiors was just crazy. That's basically, you know, these trade at a 10-to-1 ratio in the potion mixer in the tavern. So that's like finding 30 greater potions, which is nuts. So you know, I probably won't get that type of luck again. But yeah, when you're designing a team for the Void Keep, like I said, you know, defense isn't going to be very good. So auras like apothecaries that use defense aren't going to help you a whole lot against all that poison. So you're going to probably want speed or HP. We're going to be kind of like the 2 best ones to go with. And you're probably going to want to bring, you know, 2 or 3 characters that are like AoE damage type characters. You can see here, I have Bellower, KO, and Aethel. They're all 3 kind of just really good general DPSers that kind of complement each other. You know, Aethel brings a weaken, Bellower brings a lower defense and lower attack, Kale brings poison debuffs and tons of damage. So, you know, they all kind of complement each other and don't overlap too much. But you're going to want to kind of work with what you have. I use Apothecary because he's just an amazing support just in general. He's going to, you know, buff your speed and then provide those heals when you need it. So, yeah, we can see here kind of the way that I do it here on stage 15 is, you know, once you have level 60 characters that hit pretty hard and do some good damage, I just kind of go raw power. You know, Spirit Host for the speed and wiping debuffs and bumping up my attack. Apoth for the, you know, the heals, the clutch heals when they're necessary, and the speed, and then my 3 damage dealers that kind of complement each other. I have Aethel with the lifesteal set and speed so that she can sustain on her own, and that way the heals can be focused on Bellower and Kale, because it's tough for Apothecary to have to heal 3 or 4 people. You want to keep that down to about 1 or 2. And yeah, we can see here I can burst it down in about 1:15. And then you see I got the 3 greater potions instead of the 3 superior. So the last one I got 3 superior, which is equivalent to 30 of greater. And then this one I got 3 greater. So it was 10% as much potions. So your luck can vary widely in the dungeons in general, just what type of potions you're going to get. And also, you know, Spirit Host is a really good support for this dungeon because she can wipe those dungeons clean and buff your attack and provide speed. So if you're curious on Spirit Host is a really cool support because she's actually one that is farmable. And we'll see if I can even remember which area is she. She's not farmable in the sewers. It might be the forest. I haven't, yeah, okay. So we can see here that the Spirit Host is farmable in the forest, and she's going to be just an easy to access, you know, easy to acquire support that'll be really good in the Void dungeon because of, like I said, the speed and then this ability here that strengthens your attack. You're going to want to get her to 3-star Ascension because it doubles the utility of her increased attack. It's a huge deal to ascend the Spirit Host. And, you know, this ability here, remove all debuffs and place a block debuff buff on all allies. Another really cool ability. So, yeah, she's also Spirit, which is a tough affinity to acquire heroes from. So, yeah, you're going to want to farm yourself a Spirit Host, especially if you want to be able to farm the Void Keep as soon as possible. Now, another way you can go about it in the Void Keep is you can just get a bunch of HP. So, like, instead of Spirit Host, we'll see here. I think I did it in like 1:12 with Spirit Host. I can bring Lord Champfort, who has a big HP aura, and is another damage dealer. And we'll see. You know, it'll probably be around the same type of time. If I had to guess, I'm gonna say like 1:27. Probably a little bit slower because I don't have the speed, but I do have a little bit more damage. But I lose the damage buff of Spirit Host. So, yeah, I'll just bring another kind of DPS Lord Champfort with the HP aura, and I do have the lifesteal set on him so that he can sustain himself in dungeons and in clan boss fights and stuff. So, yeah, you know, the minions, you know, they are gonna place a debuff here that is block buffs. One of the minions is going to do that, and then one of the minions is going to place a weaken. So, important to get the minions down first and then attack the boss. But if you can't have those minions down within a minute, you're probably farming at too high of a level. You know, the dungeons and stuff are going to be things that you want to play on auto and be able to do them in about 2.5 minutes max. Unless you're going to do some crazy strat where you're playing super defensively, but then you're not really being efficient with your time. But it depends, you know, sometimes people will argue energy is more important than time because, you know, we're just going to end up waiting for energy anyway if we do it super fast. And we actually did it in about the exact same time, going the Lord Champfort HP route. Both were about in that 1:10 to 1:15 range. So, yeah, a couple different ways that you can go about this dungeon. And, yeah. So, as a bonus, at the end of this video, I'm going to do just a couple shards here. I like to at least do them live, you know, in case something crazy happens. But, yeah, I'll just, I'm feeling frisky today, so I'm going to summon a couple rares. Grinner's actually, you know, a pretty decent rare. You know, but I do already have him. Oh, here we see. There we go. Steel Skull. Damn. I was really hoping for. But let's see here what we got. What's the one? Skull Crusher. That's the one I wanted. That's a really good epic that I don't have yet. Attacks one enemy 2 times. 10% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff. Oh, and he's Spirit. Oh, okay. So that's not bad. Heals a target ally by 40%. Removes all debuffs. Then heals by 40%. Increased defense on all allies for 2 turns. Wow, okay, so he's really good, actually, for like a Spirit clan boss team. I'm going to have to look into this because my main team is Magic Affinity against the clan boss, and I'm working towards a team that is a blend of Force and Spirit for when I have to go against Force because my Magic team struggles. So yeah, this is a good pull. I'm going to go ahead and stop there. That, you know, hey, like I said, I was feeling frisky. I've never done that before. I've never summoned champions at the end of a video just kind of randomly, but I was feeling it. I was feeling lucky, so I decided to pull a couple, and turns out it was worth it. So now I got an epic I want to kind of theory craft and build up and see if that'll work. So yeah, but anyway, if you have any questions about the Void Keep, definitely let me know down in the comments, and I will do my best to help you out. Shout out to Alfredo Montero, my newest patron. Appreciate you and all the other patrons as well. You are the people who make it possible for me to continue to do this, so thank you very much to my patrons and everyone who supports the channel. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.